All right, welcome back, people. We are with the outro. Sorry, Ruby, I got you off guard with that one. I meant to explain beforehand that whenever I say that, we just jump straight into the outro. But here we are. Here we are. So we're going to get this done. So yeah, Valerie.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, it was wonderful. Hearing their approach and making sure that it's not just farming, right? And it's not just education, it's partner or just spiritual, but this partnership between all of them to transform communities and individuals. And it's crazy to me the percentage of poverty change from their group being in there for 7 to 10 years and what it looks like afterwards.
Yeah, no, I agree. We talked about this in the intro about this kind of, I loved moving from the why to the how to the what.
Yeah.
To me, that helped kind of visualize a little bit better of the organization and the way things work. And I think it's really interesting. The thing that stood out to me was this idea that in countries that farming is seen as less than work, and that's why a lot of women do it. Yeah. It's because they're told they're less than. And so you're going to go do the work that the men don't want to do. And I would have never known that or thought that. And so It's cool that, like, you think about farming, it's a real practical thing to go help with and help them grow food and make money and all this stuff. But there's there's a cultural thing they're battling there as well, which is really neat. How multidimensional that all is. Yeah. And how, fixing one thing can really change a village, a community for the better. Yeah.
The other thing that stood out to me was this, the little girl who was helping run the loan and banking thing for their community for children, and that her mom then got involved and was able to join the group as well, and just that transformation that truly happened, and I don't know, just changed the community and created that vulnerability with other people. And I think Valerie said accountability as well to how are you managing your money, how are you coming alongside others, and it's super neat.
Yeah, I mean, if someone who's 12 is doing that, what's our excuse for not doing something like that? And it's funny because, right now, whenever this comes out on the 30th of January, we're going to be in this kind of time of generosity talk at the church. And how do we approach this issue of money that's a little sensitive for people here in America? And how I think Chapelwood's doing this amazing thing of approaching it of, this is something Jesus talked about a lot in his time here on this earth, about our possessions and our wealth, and, how that it's really a reflection of our heart and our loving ability. It's not about the dollar amount you're signing on a check to give to someone, to give to an organization, or to give to Chapelwood or whatever. It's about, where's your heart behind it, that, you're really seeing what you have as God's, and you're really seeing, okay, what are ways that I can love on people monetarily.
Yeah. Well, and this idea that, like you're saying, this impact of generosity is having on these communities, and how can we be experiencing that here and now? When they talk about them being able to tithe so that when someone's going through a hard time, they have a safe place to go and not have to take out a loan, but that people are walking alongside them. And so how do we, just in our daily spiritual walk and in our discipline, like you're saying, give back to others as part of that overflowing gratitude in our own lives.
Yeah, I think that was really convicting for me to hear that and be like, okay, if 12-year-olds can be saving money and then giving that money to someone who just to a family that just had someone die and helping pay for the funeral, like, what excuse do I have whenever I'm being so stingy with my own money?
Right.
And so, hopefully, I'd go back and, hopefully that's something that you listener can kind of battle with and wrestle with as well, hearing that. So, great interview, though. Really, a lot of good stuff. I'm excited to go back and listen to it myself and maybe pull out some stuff I missed. Next thing, sorry, that was official. That was aggressive. This Aggie ring, brings power. But a new thing we're going to be kind of doing in every outro is we're going to be highlighting something that's happening around the world, kind of an issue. We talk about nonprofits and we talk about helping and making the world a better place here, finding your why. I think it's appropriate then to talk about issues that are currently happening. Yeah. And maybe relating those issues a little bit more personally and how you rather than just hearing stories about them, can kind of figure out how you can get involved. So this week, talking about Plant with Purpose, and with our new vegetation on set, we are going to be talking about the Australian bushfires that are happening right now, and kind of some facts behind them. I've got some facts pulled up here on my phone that we're going to kind of talk about.
You want me to turn the globe?
Oh yeah,
for the viewers.
Oh great, the aesthetic.
Australia.
So, we're going to go over some facts of what's happening there. You might have heard about it in passing. You might not really know what it entails. So here's a little bit of information for y'all. Okay, the size of the area burned by Australia's wildfire is equivalent to more than 21,309 Central Parks put together. So a lot of fire, a lot of area being covered. At least 150 firefighters from the United States have assisted authorities in Australia with firefighting efforts. 24 people have been charged with deliberately setting the bushfire.
Oh, gosh.
The fires have been fueled by a prolonged drought, with December marking the driest month on record, according to Australia Bureau of Meteorology. At least 26 people have been killed in the fires, including volunteer firefighters Andrew O'Dwyer and Jeffrey Keaton. At their funerals, Rural Fire Service Commissioner Shane Fitzsimmons presented their young children with their service medals. 1 billion animals could be impacted by the fires, and the Environment Minister Suzanne Ley told AM that 30% of the koala population has believed to be killed. Yeah, so there's real impact happening.
Yeah.
This is more than just a fire. There are lives being impacted, both human and animal. It's opened up kind of this bigger debate on climate change and a lot of things, which is a hot topic. And, whichever way you see climate change, I think we can all agree that this isn't good, and that we need to be taking steps to prevent wildfires. 24 people started this, and every year in California there's fires, and both some of natural and some of non-natural descent. And so it's interesting because fires, I took a meteorology class at A&M where we kind of learned about fires and stuff, and we talked about how not all fires are bad. Some fires are needed because it helps rejuvenate the soil and all this stuff. But where we're kind of at now, just overall climate of the Earth, it's hotter than it was 10 years ago, right? And so these fires are becoming worse and worse just because of how hot it is, and because of just the climate change, the change that has been in the climate. So, yeah, it's really heartbreaking.
Yeah. I feel like every time I get on Facebook or Instagram and scrolling through, I see more updates and pictures, whether it's people displaced or animals displaced, and how some people are responding already to come alongside and help help animals where people escape and recover. And but it's heartbreaking, and it's going to change the Australian landscape for generations.
Yeah, well, and I think that's what people forget with these kind of things, is it's very big and shiny whenever it's happening. Everyone's reporting on it, and oh my gosh, we all need to send all this money, we need to be helping, sending prayers, all this stuff.
Right.
And then 2 months after it's done,
they've moved on,
right? And you see that with most natural disasters. And so, one thing I would encourage you, the listener, is don't let that be the case with this or with anything else. I mean, with Harvey here in Houston, we're 2.5 years out, something like that now, still dealing with it every day. People are still not in their houses, and Houston will be dealing with this for at least 10 years. Yeah. And so don't, just because it's not on the news anymore doesn't mean it's fixed. Right. Doesn't mean it's over. So continue to pray, continue to send your support in whatever way that's possible. And again, maybe this is what you're passionate about. Maybe this is your why.
Yeah.
So go get involved. Go find ways, because trust me, there are ways to be involved.
Absolutely.
If you look for them, you will find them. Talking of that, if you're looking, maybe you thought to yourself, man, I'd love to send some money. I can't, a lot of us obviously can't go over there. And even if we went over there, what
organizations do you trust?
Exactly. Yeah. What organizations do you trust? So after doing a little bit of research, I have, here we go.
Trust may not be the right word. What organization has the most impact with the money?
And so kind of what I've noticed is that there is the two biggest fire stations. Let me try to find their names. That's not them. Here we go. So I'm going to read this article. It says, in both Victoria and New South Wales, two of the states hardest hit by the blazes, you can donate directly to the State Fire Authority or the local fire brigade, many of which are volunteer-based. Experience tells us the donation of the money is much more effective and provides more flexibility than donation of material items or pre-loved goods. The Victorian County Fire Authority says on its website, for fire departments in Victoria, we'll include a website in the description, and then for New South Wales there will also be description. So this was off this is actually an article from USA Today, but that kind of highlights that. But yeah, these to give locally to the firefighters, after doing some research, I think that's going to go the farthest, just because they get such an influx of goods and items, and I'm sure there are places you can go and give to the animal relief and all that stuff, but I think the number one priority right now is just getting the fires gone. And to do that, they need money to get people in to have the equipment and everything like that. Mm-hmm. So that's where I'd say if you're looking to go give some money, go that way. Yeah. Leave in the description you donate it because you heard on your why. Yeah. That'd be cool. Yeah. All right. Moving on, Sarah. Yeah. Do you have our call to action?
Our call to action. I think there's a couple different things that stood out to me today that could lead towards a call to action. I think creation care came up several times during our interview with Valerie, and then again in this conversation about Australia and the wildfires. And so one of my encouragements would be to look into creation care, to see what you can do and how you can come alongside as humans created in the image of God. Part of what we were given was dominion over the earth. And so we are called to take care of it. And so start investigating what your footprint is on this earth and how you can minimize that footprint, how you can give back. Valerie mentioned being involved in a community garden project to understand how creation works, and so that you can give back. I would encourage you to check out local farmers markets as well for your fruits and vegetables. I think those would be easy ways to kind of take steps into that if you're starting to look into it. The other thing that Valerie said, and Evan talked about a little bit too, is identifying where you are in your comfort zone and maybe some barriers that need to break out. And whether that's with creation care or awareness of people around you that are suffering in different ways, or maybe it has to do with tithing and giving back and gratitude and generosity right now in this season. But what is it that's stirring in you that makes you a little bit uncomfortable, and how do you go ahead and take those next steps and discern God's voice in that so that you're continuing to grow in your own discipleship?
Yeah, that's great. And I would just say, take those words to heart, people. Let this be more than just a listening experience, an entertainment experience. Walk away from this, pray with God, spend time with God and ask him, okay, what are you showing me through this? I really do believe that God works through these conversations. And I kind of walk away every time having a little bit of, that weight of the Holy Spirit on me saying, okay, we've talked about this. I just had a really awesome conversation about how God's moving in the world. Yeah. I've got to do more than just walk away saying that was a cool experience. Yeah, there's got to be life change after that. So it's the same for you listeners as well. That's why we're here, to help encourage that. All right, as we wrap up here, just kind of want to hit again on that interaction part, people. Yeah. We want to hear from you. If you've had a moment here where you're like, hey, I think that's going to that has shown me a passion in my life. That's shown me a why in my life. Yeah. Let us know. We want to hear those stories, and maybe we'll highlight them on the show and talk about them. Because again, that's why we're here. We're here to help. We're here for you. This is great for us to sit down and talk about this, but we really want to share this information with you. So subscribe, leave a review, down below. For the video side of this, there will be links to everything that we've talked about on the episode. A lot of links, a lot of things to go do. So go do them. Follow us on Instagram at Chapelwood_UMC_serving. There'll be a link for that as well. And then we have 2 Facebook pages at CUMC Missions, and then at Chapelwood Serving Local. Go follow both those pages. Stay up to date with what we're doing here at the church, serving wise. Find an opportunity that maybe you want to come serve. Speaking about opportunities to come serve, segue. We've got some volunteer opportunities to highlight here at the end. The first is we have a mission trip going off in March 19th through. Give me a second. Calendar. March 19th through the 22nd. It's a weekend over spring break. Great way to go dip your toes into the world impact and world missions. It's going to be on the border on the Mexico side of things. You can go learn more about that at chapelwood.org. Is it .org?
Mm-hmm.
.org/missions. And then we also have a youth mission coming up this summer.
Yeah.
So if you're a student listening and you're like, hey, I want to go do missions. I'm hearing all about it. I want to go get involved.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing it nationally this summer in July. And so June.
Mm-hmm. And June.
So we're super excited for that, people. So if you want to learn more about that, we'll have a link below as well.
Yeah.
You can go learn about information there.
And we need adults.
Yes.
So we need college students who want to come and be on our college team to help us make everything run. And then we need adults to be work team adults. It's a really powerful week. And I don't say that just as someone who's recruiting work team adults, but we have adults to return year after year because there's a significant transformation that happens in their own lives as well as the kids' lives. So yeah, it's a powerful week.
Yeah.
You can go to chapelwood.org/summit. SUMMIT.
Go find out information there, people.
Yeah.
That'd be great. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Sarah, thanks for coming on. Great episode. People, go find your why.
Yeah.
Howdy, and thanks for watching. Please leave a like and comment on this video. And if you aren't subscribed already to the Your Why channel, go ahead and subscribe. Also, don't forget to turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. If anything during the video piqued your interest, go ahead and check out the descriptions in the link below. Go and find your why, people.